junior linebacker Tre Watson. But camp starts tomorrow. What are you guys looking forward to about getting back on the field?
I mean, just everything. The energy, just the vibe of being, in the locker room, on the field. It's something you can't really explain. It's something you sit around waiting for from, the end of January or the end of the season to now. So, everybody's itching to get back out there.
You made some big strides last year. I think you were second on the team in tackles, if I'm not mistaken. What kind of improvements did you make that kind of led to that big year for you, kind of a breakout year for you?
I mean, I feel like, I just got more comfortable, and I was prepared for the moment. My redshirt freshman year, I had the chance to play on, all the special teams and got that experience, as well as get some time and some crucial moments, on defense as well. So I was ready to take that next step. And just, from there, I just took advantage of each moment I had and just tried to make the most of those opportunities.
So, stopping the run's been kind of an issue for Illinois over the last several, even before you were here. What kind of advances do you think you can make as far as yards, cutting down on the yards per carry and the big plays?
Well, a big part of that is being comfortable in your system and everyone being able to do their job. If everyone can do their job, you're putting yourself in a position to stop those big plays and cut down on the yards. We were able to do it in certain moments last year, but we weren't able to do it consistently. So that's a big part of it, is guys being comfortable in the system and then consistently being able to do your job. First down, second down, third down, just over and over again. And I mean, that's really just how it has to be.
Do you got an idea yet, on positions as far as who's going to play the mic, who's going to play the weak side?
I mean, I'll be taking over at the mic position. That was prior to Hardy coming. That was what I was going to play last season. So I had the chance to learn all three spots. Guys will be competing at both Will and Sam, I should say. And I mean, we'll see. We got a plethora of guys who have a lot of experience. Julian Jones, Jake Hansen, Dele Harding. Then you throw Delshawn Phillips into the mix, Justice Williams. All those guys have potential and have shown something at some point, whether it was spring or last season. I think all of them except for Delshawn, who wasn't here, had a start at some time last season. So everyone's prepared to compete.
You're playing that Mike position in this defense, the cover two. There's some legendary Lovie Smith middle linebackers. What's some of the challenges of playing the cover two defense as a middle linebacker?
Just being in the middle, you have to have an understanding of what's going on around. You have to be able to command the defense, every single down. There's checks you have to make. You have to be the one receiving the calls and then, echoing that out to everyone else on the defense. And then, I mean, they just rely on you a lot at the mic position. There's a lot of responsibilities you have to have, every single play. So you just have to be prepared and take advantage.
Some leadership requirements too, playing that position. How do you think you've improved as a leader since you got here?
I think since I got here, I've gotten more comfortable with the guys around me, and that's a big part of it. And you have to have confidence, in yourself as an individual to say, all right, those guys can trust me out on the field every single play. And also, you have to understand the system and all those sorts of things. So all that comes into being a leader. And then once you prove yourself to everyone else, when it's come time to speak, if you say something, they'll be a lot more ready to listen if you've proven yourself as a competitor, as someone who's going to work every single day and someone who's not going to quit out there on the field. So that's a big part of it. And then, I mean, once you become comfortable with doing that, which, I feel like I definitely have, it's just about doing it every day.
You're being coached by a Hall of Fame linebacker, just talk about that a little bit. What do you pick up from him every day on the field?
I mean, it's everything. It's on the field, it's in the meeting rooms, it's walking down the hall. I mean, he can give you tips that, someone else can't. He's been in the defense. He's seen all the different reads that we need to make and all those types of things. He's seen the adjustments. He can literally tell you, all right, if they run this is what you'll see. This is how you need to react to it. So that's huge, and it's just being able to soak that in every day. If you have a question about something, he can get you an answer just like that. I mean, like I said, he's seen it all. So that's huge every single day, and that gives you that confidence you need to be comfortable in your system and be able to make more plays.
You guys talk about team goals at all? If you read the preseason magazines, and you probably shouldn't read them, but they're 3-9 last year. They're predicting a similar season this year. What do you got to do to kind of overachieve this year?
I mean, we don't really worry about predictions. We're worried about what our own things. As a defense, our primary goal is, one, not let them get in the end zone, and then 3+ takeaways a game. And when we were able to get takeaways, we were much better off in those games if you look at them. So that's a huge thing. I mean, we focus on that every day. Basically, everyone in the country, Big Ten, knows that's one of our goals. So we need to make sure that they know that we're actualizing those goals on the field. But preseason rankings, that's really irrelevant to us at the moment. I mean, we're going to see Ball State on September 2nd, and before that we have a month of camp to work and get better, so that when Ball State comes into town, we're ready to play, and then on to the next one, Western Kentucky, USF, just like that. We'll take them 1 week at a time, and we'll make it happen.
What's better about this defense than last year's defense?
The main thing I would say is just being more comfortable. You know, having a year in the system. Like I said, those questions you have. I mean, guys have seen it in practice. Now they've seen it in games, and now they're coming back a whole season. You know, bigger, stronger, faster, and then with the mindset that, all right, I know what I'm doing now. I don't need to hesitate. I don't need to guess. I'm gonna go make a play.